All right, let's get right into it. What we're looking at here isn't just some simple list of things you shouldn't talk about. No, this is much deeper. This is basically a Machiavellian warning about the very real dangers of oversharing and how saying too much can leave you wide open in a world that, trust me, is always watching. So you see a quote like this, and you might think it's just some old philosophical idea. It's not. This is a hardcore strategic warning. The whole idea here is that people are constantly sizing you up, gathering data on you from every single thing you say and do. And this just nails the core idea, doesn't it? Every little piece of information you volunteer, your dreams, your worries, your problems, it's all being collected. And the more you reveal, well, the more ammunition you're handing over, making it that much easier for someone to manipulate you, undermine you, or just plain break you. Which kind of forces us to ask a really tough question. Are your own words turning you into a target without you even knowing it? That's what this is all about. And the first secret starts with learning how to protect your future. Okay, so the first battleground, the first area we need to lock down is all about guarding your ambition. You have to think of your future plans as your most valuable asset, and your first job is to keep them out of sight. And here it is, the big one. Never ever reveal your next move or your long-term goals. See, announcing your vision isn't really about getting support. It's about giving other people a complete blueprint to sabotage you, whether they mean to or not. And here's exactly how it happens. You know, insecure people, even your friends, they'll try to shrink your big ambition down to a size that makes them feel comfortable. They'll disguise their own doubt as helpful advice, or they'll bring up your past to make you question your future. They plant these little seeds of doubt, and just like that, your momentum is dead before you even get started. And there's also this sneaky psychological trap that's so easy to fall into. When you share your goals, you can get this rush of what we're calling fake dopamine. It's like a premature victory lap. The applause you get for just having the plan tricks your brain into feeling like you've already done the work, and it absolutely kills the motivation you need to actually execute. This quote just hits it right on the head. Look, the world doesn't respect announcements. It respects results. That validation you're looking for, it's just a distraction. And this whole idea of moving in silence, it's not just for your future plans. It also applies to how you protect your stability right now. All right, next up, protecting your stability. This is all about projecting an image of control. Because let's be honest, oversharing your problems doesn't make you look authentic. It just makes you look vulnerable. And here are the big three things to keep under wraps: your income, your relationship conflicts, and your family drama. Broadcasting any of these just makes you seem weak, and it paints a huge target on your back. People stop seeing you, and they start seeing your bank account, your drama, or your dysfunction. You can kind of see this play out with money, right? Think about new money versus old money. New money is loud, it flexes, it buys attention, and because of that, it becomes a target. But old money, it's quiet. It just watches, commands respect, and stays in control. Real power doesn't need to advertise itself. In fact, silence is the ultimate flex. And believe me, the price you pay for sharing all this personal chaos, it's high. Your personal struggles become someone else's entertainment. You start to look unstable, and respect just evaporates. Your deepest heartbreak, it becomes casual gossip for other people. They don't want to help fix the cracks they see. They're just waiting for the whole thing to collapse. It's a tough pill to swallow, but it's true. Any emotional vulnerability you share can, and you know what? It probably will be weaponized. It becomes leverage, a roadmap for others to find your weak spots and use them when it suits them. So, this same logic, this idea of protecting yourself, it doesn't just apply to right now. It's about controlling the story of your past, too. The next secret is all about burying your old failures and weaknesses, not wearing them like some kind of badge of honor. Which brings us to the next secret. Never, ever reveal your weaknesses or your deepest regrets. You might think sharing them is a sign of honesty or strength, but other people, they're just taking notes. They're storing your pain and filing it away like ammunition for later. Suddenly, your past becomes a target. It gets thrown back in your face during an argument. Your vulnerability gives them leverage over you. But you know what the worst part is? It freezes you in their mind. No matter how much you've grown or changed, to them, you'll always be that person who failed. And this quote, wow, it points to a pretty brutal reality, doesn't it? The biggest betrayals almost always come from the people who know your secrets, the ones you once trusted with your pain. They know exactly where to hit you because you're the one who showed them the map. And that's really the bottom line here. When you go around revealing your deepest regrets, what you're really inviting is pity. And pity automatically puts you in a lower status position. It absolutely destroys any respect they had for you. You stop being a force and you just become a sad story. So if opening up is the danger, then what's the move? What's the solution? Well, it's all about embracing the power of silence and not thinking of it as just an absence of words, but as your most powerful strategic tool. So here's the playbook. This is the path forward. Step 1, just stop broadcasting every thought, every plan. Step 2, build your empire, heal your wounds, and get better in private. Step 3, when the time is right, you strike with results so undeniable nobody can argue with them. And finally, step 4, you control the story they tell about you. What we're talking about here is a total shift in how you operate. You're moving from being predictable noise, just another person who talks and talks, to becoming an unpredictable force, someone whose actions do all the talking because nobody ever heard them coming. And this quote just perfectly sums up why this works. Announcing what you're going to do, that's just a warning. But delivering it without a single word beforehand, that's a surprise. And that is what gets you attention and real respect. So in the end, you have to realize that your silence isn't just nothing. It's not empty space. It's a fortress. It's the place where you build, where you strategize, and where you become stronger. It is your power, and you need to guard it like your life depends on it. And that leaves us with one last thing to think about. After hearing all this, after seeing the strategy, what part of your life, your ambition, your stability, your past, what are you going to start protecting with the power of silence, starting right now?